Alright, welcome to today's focus group. We're going to be talking about sustainability today. First and foremost, I have to tell you that you guys are volunteering, so at any time if you guys don't want to participate anymore, you're more than welcome to leave. And also, all information will be held confidential, so we won't let out your names and emails and everything like that. So first off, starting from the left, please tell me your name, age, and major.
I'm Katrina Cameron. I'm 22, and I'm a journalism, news, and PR major.
I'm James O'Hagan. I'm 21, and I'm a public relations major.
Rosia Maya, PR major, 22.
Alyssa Turner, 22, PR major.
So let's start with the discussion. Let's start off with what does sustainability mean to you? Let's start with Katrina.
Sustainability to me means trying your best to be eco-friendly and recycle and reuse things and try not to waste things in order to make everything more environmentally friendly.
James, is that kind of how you agree with it, or is there anything more?
Yeah, I would agree. Just how we use our resources in the environment to be eco-friendly and for future generations and our generation.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of agree with what they're saying, but using not more than you need, just using what you need so that you can give, so you can have enough for others.
So for you, it's more like a portion. Control, kind of like you're dieting,
Like using enough that you, just using enough.
Okay, just to get you by. You don't want to be a glutton or anything like that.
Well, yeah, not using more than you need. That's what sustainability means.
Yeah.
I would agree. Recycling, and maybe when you go to the store, you don't use one of the bags at the store. You use your own recyclable bag.
Okay. So just kind of keep it in mind, I already have this, so I might as well just reuse it.
Exactly.
All right, so let's keep it at you. Do you think it's important to practice sustainability?
Definitely.
You do? Can you expand on that?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's really important for the environment because I feel like we're really wasteful.
So. Just as a society.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's very important to practice sustainability and try to use as little as you can, and how Rosia said, so others can have the same. Using your own reusable plastic bag, recycling the extra bottles that you have, stuff like that. It all takes into play is making sure there's enough for others.
She mentioned something about culture. Do you think it's culturally that we're very wasteful?
I would say it has to do with our culture. Yeah, we just don't. We're not really aware of how it can affect the environment and what a drastic effect it can have. Even just conserving water or pollution, but it does really have a huge impact.
Yeah. Rosie, what are some of the sustainable habits that you practice?
I try to not, for example, Eliza was saying, when you go to the grocery store, try to bring your own bags. Try not to use plastic bottles because there's ways that you can carry your own water without having to use plastic bottles.
Right.
So just common things that are things that you can replace. If I can replace Tupperware with instead of using a paper plate, I'll do that. Just the small little things.
Yeah.
James?
I would say the same. Recycling both at home and here in Chico.
When you say at home, where you're from?
My family.
Okay.
And just even small things like not using too much water if I don't need to, or using water from maybe a jug, or not use plastic bottles, and that kind of thing.
Same thing. I try to reuse everything I have. I stray away from using plastic bottles. If I have a big empty plastic bottle, I reuse it for something else. I bring up a clean canteen every day. I bring my own plastic bags to the store. I just try to. I keep every plastic bag and use it later as a garbage bag. Sustainability has always been really important to me, and it's something that my family instilled in me. So it comes pretty easily.
I'll have to say, ever since I've been to college, I haven't been as sustainable. I just feel like I get kind of lazy. My family used to always recycle, but I kind of have to take that into account too. I've been throwing away plastic bottles and stuff. But recently I've been getting more aware of it.
Okay.
But I have been saving plastic bags.
No, why do you think there was that little bit of a drop off when you hit college? Was it just you didn't have that constant reminder there?
Exactly.
With your parents?
Okay. My parents always had me do it, but ever since I went to college, I didn't have someone reminding me to do it.
Yeah.
James, what are some of the efforts towards sustainability you have seen on campus?
Definitely recycling. both next to regular trash cans. I've seen some, I don't really know the names, but I've seen some programs geared towards sustainability. And I think mostly just major recycling, like even in like the Sutter Dining Hall Cafe, there's separate containers for landfill, compost, and other waste.
Okay, Katrina?
Same as James, I see like how some of the dining halls, especially like the B&U, they have at their dining place, they have like they separate like the compost from like the recycling and then the trash. And then like that really helps play into like to tell the students like this is what separates like every little thing, and maybe students will keep that in mind. Also, like I see SFAC constantly like around campus like picking up like recyclables like bottles, paper, and everything like that, like just to make sure that someone is doing it. And I think that a lot of students are sustainable in themselves, like on their own, like they do it like independently. I see a lot of students with clean canteens. I don't see very many students with plastic bottles nowadays unless it's something they bought on campus. So I think Chico State as a whole is pretty sustainable.
Eliza, do you agree with that?
I do agree with that, yeah.
All right. Do you, kind of going back to what we talked about last question, seeing everything on campus, is that kind of helping you keep sustainability like in mind when you go back to your apartment or home?
Yeah, it definitely is. I want to get a clean canteen.
Okay.
No, but back at school, though, it really does help, though, when they have the trash cans that label paper, label compost, stuff like that. It really does help me decide really quickly where I need to put my trash.
And Rosie, what do you see around campus?
Well, we do have organizations like Katrina was saying, SFAC. We also have the AS Sustainability, which I interned for last semester. So that was like my first semester here. I didn't really know like how sustainable Chico State was, but I was really impressed with our school. We're actually, I think, number 10 in like Northern California schools that are working in sustainability, and we're working to being like a zero waste school by 2015, I believe. So we're doing really good. Like as Eliza was saying, we have the neat thing is that we have the choice to recycle. Like we have like recycling bins next to the trash cans, and we like label things, so it makes it easier for students. So definitely like being a part of that internship helped me a lot, like learn a little bit more, because I wasn't that aware of sustainability. Just coming from like an urban city, I really didn't know about it too much. And then when I got into it, I was like, oh, it's really interesting stuff. It's really cool. Like when you get into it, like.
So how do you utilize the resources around campus? Just like practice sustainability.
We have a compost display area, which is really cool. Like if students have like, basically you can go and anything that you have in your home that's compostable, like, and that's like eggshells, extra food, you can just turn that into. We have worms and stuff, so you can take workshops, and they just teach you like, oh, okay, what's compostable, what the school takes, and what they don't. And you just basically take stuff that you would divert, like you're diverting it from the landfill. So just anything that is divertible from the landfill can be composted in our school, and I think that's pretty neat that we have that devoted. We have like the farm, stuff like that. So we have a bunch of resources here on campus. Like we're one of the lucky schools. Yeah. Southern California, not too much. But I mean, so that's for it. There's like no space. So like I really was like happy that when I came to this school that we do have so many resources.
Yeah. Eliza, what do you utilize around here to practice sustainability? Or do you practice sustainability?
No, I do, but like I said, around campus, I do recycle. I really, like I said recently, I haven't really been sustainable. Yeah. In my college years.
So let's say you're holding an aluminum can.
Yeah.
And you're in the middle of the camp, like in the middle of campus. Do you seek out a recycling bin or okay?
I do.
Right.
Yeah, but at home, like I said, my roommate.
You're like,
we're not good. We have one trash can.
Okay.
So.
Katrina, how do you practice sustainability while you're on campus?
I keep an eye out for a new place where I can recycle my cans, bottles. Even if I see like a bottle like on the very top of the trash can where it's not dirty, I'll put it in the recycling for someone else. I've just always been the kind of person. I like keep my papers onto the side if I have to recycle them later, stuff like that. I know, I'm on campus all the time, and I see recycling bins everywhere I go, so it's pretty simple to do here.
James?
I would say try to do the same thing and recycle and utilize the different containers that we have on campus, and just avoid using plastic if I don't have to.
So this next question, we've already covered it with a lot. So are you more inclined to practice sustainability on campus when you have all these resources, or You know, like, do you still practice it at home, where, you know, you don't have the judgmental eye of your peers on you, Katrina?
I practice it the same amount at home, whether if it's back home in my hometown, San Diego, or like here in Chico.
Okay.
I have 2 recycling cans like in my house, whether if it's like aluminum or plastic, and I don't know. It's just as important to me as home. It's just as important to me at home as it is for me at school.
James?
I actually live on campus this year.
Okay.
So, and in the dorms they do have recycling areas that we can use. So I try to both on campus and in the dorm. Try to use them as much as possible.
You know, just because I wasn't as educated on the issue of sustainability before I came to Chico State, I didn't practice it as much back home, which is LA. So it was just harder for me to do it. But I did recycle like cans and paper. I didn't compost, but now I feel like I would. Before probably not, but now I would.
James, let's start with you. Do you feel you could improve upon your sustainability habits?
I do, yeah, I think I could try to find out more information about how to be sustainable. Mostly I just try to recycle, but I'm sure there are other ways on campus and at home that I could.
Katrina?
One thing I could do to be more sustainable is to start doing compost. That's one thing I definitely should keep doing, because I do tend to throw like leftovers or like pack away for the next day, but that's something I can do to contribute to Chico State's compost farm. I definitely would love to.
Definitely. I want to get recycling bin at my house, and probably a reusable bag to go shopping with.
Okay. Rosie?
Yeah, just keep doing it, because it's a consistent thing, and it can get pretty difficult, like just when you like don't have, or like when you have to keep thinking about it. So just getting into the habit of doing it.
Yeah.
And what campus-wide efforts could help you be a more sustainable person, Rosie?
Like I mentioned, the collaborative is a pretty good resource to seek out. They're always having workshops, or so they always have internships and stuff, and I did it my first semester here, learned a lot, and it was a really good experience. Got to do volunteer work for BEC, which is the Butte Environmental Council, so you get to meet interesting people who are like-minded and care about the issue. So
Eliza?
The recycling center at Chico, I feel like you can learn from other students, you know, by their habits, because I'm not really sure where to go.
Katrina?
Kind of same thing. I would like to be surrounded by more people who are sustainable, and then learn from their habits and see what they do to keep that in mind, like make it more of like a natural thing to like remember to bring your like own plastic bag, your own reusable bag, or to remember to like have my clean canteen ready instead of having to buy a water bottle on campus if I forgot it and stuff like that. You know, surrounding myself by more sustainable people.
James?
I would agree, and also maybe just, I'm sure the information is already out there, but just, you know, maybe sending emails or letters about how you can be more sustainable on campus and at home.
Okay. And this concludes the focus group. Thank you so much for your participation.